All right, guys, welcome to this week's lecture. It's going to be a little bit different this week. This week, I want to teach you how to do a self-revision really in depth. So we're going to start, as always, with our screen share. And we're going to start in the student resources. And you've got all these incredible tools. And one of the best tools that you have is going to be right down here, these vocabulary building resources. So using transitions effectively, we're going to start right there. I want you to go through and I want you to look at the start of your paragraph and just kind of read that first sentence. And then go to the last sentence in that paragraph and read the first sentence of the next one. And then you're going to try and decide what you're doing. Are you indicating a time order? Are you doing a contrast? Is this a comparison, cause and effect? There's all these different categories, sequence, to indicate addition, an example, emphasize, or intensify. You have these tools that have this really rich language. And so I want you to go through and I want you to decide what kind of rich language you want to use in your paper. After you've done that, you're going to look at vague words. So what I'd like you to do for this, if you're on a regular Windows, you're going to do Control and F at the same time while you're in your paper. So have your paper pulled up, Control F. And then I want you to actually enter in these phrases into the search box. Very, a lot, big, small, good or great, look for both, bad, confused, scared, angry. I actually want you to go through the entire list. And make note, how many of these do you have in your paper? Let's see, would you like an example? Let me see what I can find for you. Let me pull up one of my own pieces. Author editor files, current projects. We'll go to the news. And I am going to go back to here. I'm going to do a new share. And we're going to look for some of these together so that you can see how this works inward. So I'm going to do my Control F, or if you're an Apple, the Command F. And this brings up this navigation box. So now that I'm here at this navigation box and I've got my list on the side, I am going to look for the word very. And it says I have one instance of very. So what I can do now is I can go back to my list, my vague words table. Maybe I want to look at something that'll really bring it to strong. Maybe because there's only one, I want to leave it. Really, that's going to be up to you. Now let's go ahead and we'll go out of that. We'll try big. I have no matches for big. I'm good there. Well, this is a personal piece, so maybe I want to look at some of those emotional words. Scared? None. Awesome. What about sad? Nope. Weak. Awesome. So you can see how this would actually be very helpful in going through any of your papers for looking for these things that might really hinder your ability as a writer. Ooh, things. So for things, I did find anything and nothing, but not things itself. So that's a good indicator right there. Maybe I need to find a piece that isn't quite as polished. Trying to find a really good sample for you guys, and it's really hard because I've been doing this for so very, very long. So here is an unpolished one, and we'll try that very. And most of these that are coming up are every, but if you notice, I kind of catch that I use it too many times in one sentence. So that's a really good catch right there. Now I know I need to go back and I need to polish that up just a little bit more. What about not fix? So as you can see, we've got some of these great tools and they're really useful for self-editing and revising. And sometimes when you find those words and you find them kind of clumped together, maybe you've got too many words in one spot, do a read through. Do a read through one paragraph at a time and see if you've repeated some words. Because that repetition of words, if it's not deliberate, can really hinder a piece. So looking for these items, looking for these things, being aware of them will help you in your writing. And that is what I would like to see for your self-revision. That is how you're going to make the changes you need to see that growth as a writer. When authors write, we really do what I call word vomit. It's just spewed up onto the page. And then we have this rough draft, and when we write, we feel like this mighty warrior, and we've accomplished something, and it's great. And then we look at that rough draft, and we look at all the revisions we have to make, and we feel like a hoarder. Have you guys watched any of those hoarder clips or TV show about hoarders, and they come in and help them clean it all up, and you've got this big mess? It's kind of what it's like to revise. You have to go in and you have to really trim out the excess. So where are your weak words? Where are your overused words? Where are the words that you need to trim down? And really be aware of that. And in our next little segment, I'm going to show you how to do even more of that. For now, really focus on that Control F. And then when you watch the next lecture, you'll have even more words to watch for. All right, catch you on the flip side.